I've been craving stories to help me live into and pray into the world I want to exist for us. I've been praying stories in my meditation times and want to pray one together with you. This one I created with the help of AI. In the eye of the hurricane where destruction bursts creation, in the cremation ground where death reveals truth, we call the mothers of fierce compassion, Oya, lady of winds and cemeteries, keeper of the gates between worlds, she who carries the whirlwinds in her skirts, she who knows sometimes love must wear the mask of storm. Kali Ma, dark mother of time, destroyer of demons and delusions, she who dances on the corpse of ego, she who knows creation cannot begin until the false world ends. We do not call you gently, we call you as the earth calls lightning. We call you as the oppressed call justice. We call you as the future calls the present, with urgency, with need, with holy rage. Come. Oya arrives first, as she always does, riding 9 winds, wrapped in burgundy and copper, lightning crackling at her fingertips. She stands at the edge of the world as it is and sees. The walls built between people, the cages made of fear and othering, the machinery of power that grinds the vulnerable into dust while calling it order. The voices silenced, the bodies broken, the earth screaming, the carefully constructed lie called "this is just how things are." She sees fascism not as a distant historical evil, but as it lives now, in the policies that decide who is human and who is disposable, in the propaganda that weaponizes fear into hatred, in the strongmen who promise safety while building prisons, in the systems that hoard resources while people starve, in the slow murder called indifference. Oya breathes in. The wind stills. This, she says, ends tonight. Kali Ma rises from the cremation ground, blue-black skin gleaming, tongue red with the blood of every martyred dream, wearing a garland of skulls, each one a dead paradigm, a collapsed empire, a failed tyrant. She sees what Oya sees, and she even sees deeper. The root system of fascism, the ancient demon that wears new masks across centuries, domination, hierarchy, the myth of supremacy, the belief that some lives matter more than others. It has 10,000 heads, cut off one, 10 more grow. It hides in laws and customs and common sense. It whispers, some people are naturally superior, some suffering is necessary, division keeps us safe. Kali throws her head back and laughs, the terrible liberating laugh that cracks foundations. You think you can hide from me? I am time herself. I've watched you rise and fall across millennia. And every time you forget, I always win, because I am what remains when all illusions burn away. She raises her sword of discrimination, the blade that cuts truth from lies. Tonight we do not wound the beast. Tonight we cut out its heart. They begin. Oya calls the wind of truth. It howls through every propaganda machine, every false narrative, every carefully constructed lie. It rips away the language designed to obscure the words that make cruelty sound reasonable, illegal, undeserving, threat, other. The wind tears these words from the mouths of those who wield them as weapons, and in their place it plants new seeds. Human, neighbor, kin, beloved. The wind carries the stories that were buried, the histories erased, the voices suppressed, the truths too dangerous to speak. It delivers them to every ear. No one can unhear them now. Kali dances the dance of disillusion, each footfall an earthquake beneath systems of oppression. She stomps on the myth of scarcity. There is enough. There has always been enough. Only greed made it scarce. She stomps on the illusion of separation. You are not separate. Your liberation is tied to theirs. It always has been. She stomps on the lie of powerlessness. You are not too small. Your action matters. Your voice counts. Move. Beneath her feet, the architecture of fascism cracks. The policies that criminalize survival shattered. The borders designed to divide dissolved. The hierarchies that rank human worth collapsed. The profit-driven machinery that feeds on suffering stopped. She raises her sword and severs the threads. The thread that ties safety to dominion, the thread that ties strength to cruelty, the thread that ties belonging to sameness, the thread that ties order to control. Cut, cut, cut. Each severing is an agony because these threads run through minds and hearts, through institutions and families, through the very definition of normal. But Kali knows you cannot heal what you refuse to feel. You cannot transform what you protect from change. And so she cuts, and the old world screams. Oya catches the screams in her skirts. She is, after all, the keeper of the dead. She knows how to midwife endings and beginnings. She speaks to the terrified ones, those who clung to fascism because they thought it would keep them safe. What you thought was safety was a cage. What you thought was order was violence pretending to be peace. I know you are afraid. Fear makes sense, but you cannot build on the safety of the suffering of others. That is not safety, that is theft, and theft always collapses, eventually. I offer you something true. You are safe when all are safe. You are free when all are free. This is not weakness. This is the only foundation that lasts. Some hear her, some resist. She lets them. Resistance to truth is its own teacher, she murmurs. Time will soften you or break you. Either way, you will learn. Now the hard part, the sacred part, because destruction is faster and easier than creation. Tearing down is faster than building up, and both goddesses know the void they've created must be filled with something, or the old patterns will simply return. Kali sheathes her sword, Oya stills her winds. They kneel in the ruins of the old world, and they begin to plant. Not the kind of planting that punishes to feel powerful, but the kind that repairs what was broken. Not the kind of seeds of justice that demand perfection, but the kind that makes space for accountability and transformation. They plant seeds of justice, justice that asks, what do you need to be whole? What was taken from you? How do we restore what can be restored and grieve what cannot? They plant these seeds in courtrooms and communities, in policies and practices. They whisper to the lawyers and the organizers, the teachers and the healers. Justice is not revenge. Justice is a rebalancing of the scales. Justice is making sure no one has to beg for their dignity. They plant seeds of compassion, not the kind that bypass accountability, but the kind that remember, hurt people hurt other people, and healing people heal other people. Compassion that holds both things. You have been harmed, and you have caused harm. Both are true, both matter. Now what will you do with this truth? They plant these seeds in hearts that have hardened, in communities that have split, in movements that have fractured. They remind us, compassion is not weakness. Compassion is the strength to stay open, even when it's easier to close. Compassion is the bridge that fascism would never build. They plant seeds of equity, not the false equity that gives everyone the same thing regardless of need, but the deep equity that asks, what do you need to thrive? What barriers exist for you specifically? How do we resource based on reality, not ideology? They plant these seeds in distribution systems, food, housing, healthcare, education, safety. Equity is not special treatment. Equity is recognizing that the playing field was never level and leveling it on purpose. Equity is love made practical. They plant seeds of solidarity, not the kind that wait for perfection, but the kind that show up messy and try anyway. Not the kind that requires sameness, but the kind that build power across difference. Solidarity that says, your fight is my fight, not because we are the same, but because our freedom is intertwined. I will show up for you even when it's inconvenient, especially then. They plant these seeds in unions and movements, in neighborhoods and networks, in individual hearts. They teach, solidarity is not charity. Solidarity is recognizing we rise together or we don't rise at all. They plant seeds of reciprocity, not the transactional kind that keep score, but the sacred kind that understand everything is relationship, everything is exchange, everything is reciprocity, everything is interdependence. They plant reciprocity that asks, what do I have to offer? What do I need to receive? How do we create cycles of giving and receiving that honor everyone's dignity? They plant these seeds in economies and ecologies, in families and friendships. Reciprocity is remembering the earth gives to you, so you give back. Your neighbor feeds you, so you feed them. This is not obligation. This is the rhythm of life itself. They plant seeds of democracy, not the corrupted kind that serves only the powerful, but the true kind, the kind where every voice actually matters, where power is shared, where decisions are made together. Democracy that means you have a say in the conditions of your life. Your participation matters, your vote counts, your voice shapes the world. They plant these seeds in assemblies and councils, in co-ops and communities, in every space where people gather to decide their collective future. Democracy is not a spectator sport. Democracy is you showing up again and again, building the world with your neighbors. It is slow, it is messy, but it's the only way. The seeds are planted, but Oya and Kali know seeds need tending. So they call forth the gardeners, those who will nurture this new world, the organizers and the artists, the teachers and the healers, the parents and the elders, the young people who refuse to inherit a broken world, the ones who have been doing this work in the dark, unseen, for years. This is your work now, Oya says. We have broken the ground. We have planted the seeds. But you must water them. You must pull the weeds of the old world when they try to return. You must protect these tender shoots until they grow strong. Kali adds, her voice surprisingly gentle. Do not wait for perfection. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait until you feel ready. Start now. Start small. Start messy. The work is not about being flawless. It is about being faithful. Faithful to the vision of a world where beings can flourish. You will make mistakes. You will. But mistakes in service of justice are still in service of justice. Learn, adjust, adapt, keep going. Before they leave, the goddesses make a promise. Oya speaks. Every time you speak truth to power, I am the wind at your back. Every time you choose courage over comfort, I am the storm in your veins. Every time you honor an ending so a new beginning can come, I am the guide at the threshold. You are not alone in this work. I am with you. Kali adds, every time you face what you'd rather avoid, I am the strength in your spine. Every time you cut away what no longer serves, I am the sword in your hand. Every time you dance in the ashes of the old world, building the new, I am the rhythm in your feet. You are not alone in this work. I am with you. Together they say, we have defeated fascism before. We will defeat it again and again and again, as many times as it takes. Because we are the force that says, no more, not this, not ever again. We are the love that is willing to destroy what harms. We are the destruction that makes space for love. And we are done playing small. Oya, Lady of Transformation, thank you for breaking what needs to be broken. Thank you for the storms that clear the air. Thank you for teaching us endings are not failures, they are fertile ground. Kali Ma, Mother of Revolutionary Love, thank you for destroying what needed to die. Thank you for the sword that cuts through illusion. Thank you for teaching us fierceness and compassion are not opposites, they are partners. We honor you by continuing the work. We honor you by refusing to return to what was. We honor you by building day by day the world you made possible. May we be worthy gardeners of the seeds you planted. May we be faithful to the vision of collective flourishing. May we remember we are not alone. The mothers are with us. The ancestors are with us. Each other is with us. And together we are unstoppable. Ashe, Aho, and so it is.